When chapmen bellies leave the street, and drouthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tat their gate, while we sit boozing at the nappy and getting fou and unca happy, we think on the lang Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth fund honest Tam O'Shanter, as he frae air ae nicht did canter. Old air, whom ne'er a tune surpasses, for honest men and bonny lassies. Oh, Tam, had thou but been sae wise as ten and ane wife Kate's advice, she told thee weel there was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November to October, ae market day there was nae sober. She prophesied that late or soon there would be fun deep drooned in Doon, or catched by warlocks of the mirk, in Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gas me greet to think how many counsels sweet, how many lengthened sage advices the husband fae the wife despises. But to our tale. Ae market night, Tam had got planted on right, fast by an ingle bleezing finely, with Riemann swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow Suitor Joni, his ancient trusty drouthy crony. Tam looed him like a very brother, they'd been fou for weeks together. The next drive on with sangs and clatter, and aye the ale was getting better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with secret favours, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle, Tam did nae mind the storm a whistle. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread, you seize the flower, its bloom is shed, or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white then melts forever, or like the borealis race that flitter, you can point their place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, evanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tether time nor tide, the hour approaches, Tam on ride. That hour, o' night's black erch the key stain, that dreary hour, he mounts his beast in, and sack a night he takes the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twas blown its last, the rattling shores rose in the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep, and lying the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand, the deal had business on his hand. Wheel mounted in his grey mare Meg, a bitter never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, was glowering round with prudent care, lest bogles catch him unaware. Kirkalloway was drawing nigh, where geese and hoolets nightly cry. By this time it was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapmen smoored, and past the Burts and Meikle Stain, where drunken Charlie broke Snake Bane, and through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and near the thorn abund the well, where Mungo's mother hanged hersel. Before him Doon pours all his floods, the doubling storm roared through the woods, the lightnings flash frae pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed in a breeze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers they can make us scorn. We tippenny, we fear nae evil, we Iskawa will face the devil. The swat sae reamed in Tammy's noddle, fair play he cared nae deals a bottle. But Maggie stood recht sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light. And wow! Tam saw an unca sight, warlocks and witches and a dance. Nae cotillion brent new frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, to spaes and reels, put life and metal in their heels. A win up bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large. To give them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and got them skittle, till roof and rafters all did dirtle. Coffins stood round like open presses that showed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip sleight, each in his cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the hilly table a murderous Thomas Baines and Gibbet Aarons. 'Twas Span Lang we on christened bairns. A thief new cutted for a rape, with his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks in blood red rusted, 5 scimitars wi' murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son a life bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to the heft, wi' mere a horrible and offer, which even to name would be unlawful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleekit, till Ilka Carlin swat and reekit, and cussed their daddies to the work, and lickit at it in their sark. Oh, Tam, had they been queens, oh, plump and strapping in their teens, their sarts instead of crishy flinin, been snow-white 1700 linen, their breeks of mine my only pair, the gents were plush, I get blue hair, I would have given them off my hearties, for a blink of the bonny birdies, but withered beldams, old and droll, rigwoody hags with speen of foal, louping and flinging in a crummock. I wondered didn't he turn a stomach, but Tam ken what was one fool brawly. There was a winsome wench and Wally that night enlisted in the corps. Her cutty sark o' paisley harn, which is a lassie she had worn in longitude though sorely scanty, it was her best and she was vaunty. A little kinder riven granny, that's Archie Cough for her wee nanny with 12 pund Scots, 'twas all her riches, would ever grace a dance o' witches. But hear my muse her wingman cour, sick flights of her beyond her poor, to sing how Nanny lap and flang, a supple jade she was and strang, and how Tam stood like in bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered, and fidged fu fain, and hocht and blew wi' might and main, till first a caper sign another, Tam tint his reason all together, and roars out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. As bees besoot wi' angry folk, when plundering hares assail their bike, as eager runs the market crowd, when cat the thief resounds aloud, so Maggie runs, the witches follow. Oh, Tam, you'll get your fern, and hell they'll roast you like a hern. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a wolf a woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, to win the keystone of the brig. There ridden thou thy tail may toss, her running stream the den across. But ere the keystone she could make the fiend to tail, she had to take for Nanny, hard afore the rest, hard upon noble Maggie Preston, flew at Tam with fury settle, but little was she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin caught up at the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, what this tale of truth shall read, elk man and mother's son take heed, whene'er to drink you are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think you may buy the joys o'er dear. Remember Tam O'Shanter's mare.